I was in the middle of raiding a small base when a guy wanted to teleport to me, so I went so high in the air and then accepted his request.
Bye, have a great time.
I didn't get a notification that he died, but when I went down there to check, you wouldn't believe what this guy had. He was a duplicator, so he had so many god apples, and the best armor and sword in Lifeboat. But this isn't even my server. I just came here to raid bases, so I'm a target now for his whole team. They kept asking me to team so they can teleport to me, but I already knew what was up, so I popped a strength potion and god apple and then accepted his teleport request.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Just as I suspected, he was here to try to slay me for his friend's loot, and I instantly noticed he's eating enchanted golden apples. So he is another duplicator, meaning he basically has unlimited maxed out armor sets and notch apples. And I only have his one set of armor, so when this breaks, I'm cooked. As you can see, he is clearly no match for the father of all fathers. But that's not the problem. His god apples will make this fight last forever, no matter how much better I am than him. The only thing that will end this fight is someone's armor breaking. So, I'm basically cooked no matter what. He kept using these webs on me since he has unlimited loot. I was expecting him to throw some harming potions at me when I get stuck in the webs, but it hasn't seemed to happen yet, so I don't know why he's even using webs on me. If anything, they are just working in my favor when he gets stuck in his own webs. I'm getting way more hits and combos on him. But, like I said, he has god apples which are so overpowered, so he won't take serious damage anyway, even with my sharpness 5 sword. The little guy started to run away after he realized he's being cooked. Then I saw he told his teammate to teleport to him because he needs help, and they are all duplicators with unlimited gear, so if the guy teleports, I'm for sure cooked. This guy can't handle me by himself. He's literally like my punching bag. He just keeps running and barely even fighting back. Just goes to show you how overpowered the god apples are, because my damage isn't even phasing him. On top of that, he has a maxed out bow with punch on it, so he can knock me back so far when he needs to create space. But his teammate finally teleported to him, so now I'm officially doomed. But I still went at both of them head first with all my pride on the line, and I also noticed a whole other player to the left of me, which is also their teammate, so I don't know if I'll make it out of this alive. The first guy ran on his friend, but he's back now. I just still kept fighting, praying my armor doesn't break anytime soon, and when I created some space, I checked and I had a bit less than half of my armor durability left, which is basically nothing in fights like these where they have like 3 overpowered armor sets. The only thing keeping me afloat right now is these notch apples I have. But when my armor breaks, they won't help me survive their sharpness 5 swords. And it's almost like the more the fight went on, more and more of their team kept appearing out of nowhere to help them. At this point, I'm looking around and there is at least 4 of them, all against me.
Oh, you wanna fight? You wanna fight? I'll fight all you today!
Not to mention they all have duplicated loot, so they all have the best armor and swords in the game, with unlimited god apples. So at this point, I basically know I can't win this. It's physically impossible, but my pride was in the way. So I just kept fighting back instead of running away. We've been fighting for over 5 minutes now, so I know my armor has to pop soon. And I don't have another extra set, so when my helmet broke, I knew it was time to make an escape. So I made a run for it. I saw a 1-block wide bridge across the lake. So I ran over there and tried to outrun them to the other side, but they hit me back into the water. At this point, I know I lost this battle, so I'm just calling them noobs and bragging about how I got their friends' loot and stuff as I run away from them in the water. But they have a lot of duplicated ender pearls, so it's basically impossible to get away from these guys. No matter how fast I tried to swim away, this Steve guy was right on my trail. So every once in a while I had to turn around and hit him a few times to make him back off a bit, but that didn't work too well. He was literally right on me every time. Plus, it's only a matter of time before another piece of my armor breaks. So I'm getting a bit nervous at this point. Look how he's right on me no matter how hard I tried to get away, but I still had to keep talking mess to them as I run away, to make them even more mad about the fact that I have all of their friends' precious loot. Yes, this was risky, but worth it considering it fulfilled my toxicness a bit. But I was biting off more than I could chew, because another piece of my armor broke. Now I only have half of my armor set. The only thing keeping me alive was all of these god apples I got from trapping that guy. So I really had to get away now. But this Steve guy was still on me with his ender pearls, making it literally impossible to escape because he has unlimited pearls from duplicating. And since me and him are alone now, I tried to fight him back a bit, but having only half my armor, my health dropped way too fast to be able to actually beat this guy, so I eventually retreated again. But he was right on me. His teammate even caught up to us. So now I'm really doomed if I can't escape. One came from above, while one attacked me from my legs. But even with their sharpness, 5 swords and my half-broken armor, These notch apples are so overpowered that it kept me with a good enough amount of health. That's why they don't make these craftable in Lifeboat. But since the duplication glitch, everyone has stacks of them now. I kept running until I made it to shore before them. This was my chance to escape. I hit the jets on them, and Steve was still behind me the whole time. But then finally, after making no mistakes at all while running, I no longer could see his name tag following behind me. So I kept going to make sure I was really safe. And then I had to rub it in their face and tell them my other signature saying,
What a noob uninstall.
But now that that's over with and I survived their assassination attempt, I was on a mission to find their base wherever it is. Because I know they have a stacked base somewhere. I saw them chatting about their base earlier. All I had to do was find it. So I kept looting people's secret bases. Finding decent loot like this base had a ton of diamond blocks, with some other goodies like a Fortune 3 Efficiency 5 pickaxe, and some potions. But this isn't their base. So I kept looking. That's when I found a base at the edge of the map. So I went down there to check it out. It was under obsidian. So after breaking it, I opened it and literally almost passed out. It was their base. Nobody else would be this stacked, so it had to be theirs. They had rows of enchanted golden apples from duplicating and maxed out armor sets with sharpness 5 on every sword in there. Same with the chest next to it, all maxed out armor sets, just broken a bit. I also saw another double chest under some more obsidian behind me, and when I opened it, I knew it was the same clan's loot. It had some more stacks of notch apples and maxed out enchanted armor, all with thorns 3. My inventory couldn't hold all of it, of course, so I brought my second account in to pass it some loot. But even with 2 inventories worth of space, they had so much loot that I couldn't even try to hold it all. I kept going back and forth to refill with some more loot, but there was just way too much, so I took what I could and then started breaking the chest. This was for sure my best raid ever. This duplication glitch is making everyone so much more rich than they should be, but now it's patched. So next reset, everything should be back to normal unless someone finds a new dupe glitch. Look how all the loot just spills out of the chest. So satisfying, and the fact that it's my enemies is like candy to my eyes. Just watch how much loot pours out of this chest. I've never seen anything like this in my entire life. You know, I had to leave a little sign for them, letting them know their dad was here. Then the next step was to find some lava and burn everything that I can't hold, just because I like the sound of it. Take a listen. I also saw this chest about 100 blocks away from all of this. And it also had some decent loot in there, like 80 diamond blocks, 2 stacks of netherwort, a maxed out sharpness 5 sword, a maxed out power 5 bow, and a silk touch axe. So this had to be the same people's loot, if you ask me. And now, since I know this SM is absolutely stacked with loot, I went to raid more bases to see what I could find. The first base was nice and colorful, but the barrel didn't have much in it. So I just placed my sign, letting them know their dad was here. Then I checked out the tiny farm room because it looked cool. That's when I saw this base with so much barrels surrounded by lava. So I went to go check it out, but none of the barrels really had anything in them. But I saw one secret barrel in the lava. It had some decent loot like diamond blocks and some enchanted armor, but nothing to really excite me like that other base. So I let them know daddy's here, and then kept looking. I found another base on the edge of the map, which looked pretty nice if you ask me. The first chest had trash loot, but the second one actually had some diamonds in there and even a maxed out chestplate. So all I had to do was use an anvil and this chestplate will be brand new. So I snatched that, and then went over to his bookshelves and began to destroy them, feeling extra evil today. I also went over to break his chest since he didn't have enough loot for the father of all fathers. Then I left my sign before heading into the nether to try to find some more stacked bases. That's when I saw this hopper base under the lava. And when I went to go check it out, I realized it was another rich base, clearly made by a duper, because look how all of the enchantments are maxed out and the exact same. The more I looked, the more overpowered loot I kept finding, like my favorite sword in the game, sharpness 5 with no knockback, not to mention all of the hoppers literally filled with the best armor in Lifeboat. They even had thorns 3 on them. The boots even had feather falling also, but to be honest, after that first base, look at my inventory, it's way too full. I can't even grab this stuff. So I went to plan B and began the destroying process, breaking every hopper as the loot spills all on the floor, then igniting a TNT to finish off the job.